Simon and The Right Thing to Do, BBC Radio Leeds with Bob Walmsley. Andy Briggs is still with us, who's a dog breeder, a dog enthusiast, and he's brought in his bitch that's going to be competing at Crufts this weekend. Heron's View Lady Leah of Sabana.
That's correct.
I get it right?
That's right.
It's a bit of a mouthful. So I'm just saying, she's described as the size of a donkey, but we know that that's a bit of an exaggeration. But she's a pretty big dog.
Yeah.
And you're going into double figures at your house. How do you look after 10 dogs that are going to be that size in a normal house, Andy? That's got to be a nightmare.
Well, being really realistic, they don't all live in the house 24/7, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
2 or 3 of my older dogs who are now into retirement sleep in the house on a night, but basically I've built them a luxury kennel which is attached to my barn and to my office, and they spend time in there, you know.
What buzz do you get when you enter that floor at Crufts? Because it's a big arena and a lot of people are watching it, cameras flashing and everything. Is that quite exciting?
It's a nervous day, yeah, to be quite honest. I mean, Crufts is the biggest and best dog show in the world, you know, and all eyes are on everybody, and anybody, no matter how many years you've been showing, who goes along and says that they're not nervous is not telling the truth.
They're lying.
Yeah, because the nerves are there definitely. But at the end of the day, we treat it as a hobby, or we should be treating it as a hobby, which is what it is. And if you come out winning, then
it's a bonus.
It's just a bonus, absolutely. At the end of the day, everybody takes the best dog home.
How much do you reckon, just as a guesstimate, how much do you reckon you spend on dog food in a year?
I would say in the region of, to feed 10 dogs, about 300, 325 per month.
325 per month?
Yeah.
Goodness me, so about 400 quid a year.
Yeah.
4,000 quid a year.
Yeah, getting on that way, yeah.
My goodness me.
So, it's not a cheap option, but they're fed only raw meat. I don't feed processed food or dry food of any description. I stopped doing that about 5 or 6 years ago.
Did you notice a difference from giving them that?
Yeah. Anybody looking at my dogs can actually see the difference, you know. And it's a natural diet. We don't cook the meat. It goes through the deep freezer and then it's defrosted and given to them. Mixture of tripe, minced lamb, also mixed with vegetables and rice, because it is important. Dogs, are not total carnivores, they are omnivores, and it is important that they do get some greenery in the diet as well.
4 of your dogs have got passports?
Absolutely, yeah.
I never even knew that, or even considered the notion that an animal would need a passport. How does that work?
Well, until 2000, you see, of course, we couldn't bring in dogs into this country because of the rabies laws, etc., without going through 6 months quarantine. And of course all that changed on the 1st of January 2000, and anybody can literally take a pet abroad, provided they've made provisions first, which means a rabies inoculation and blood tests. It takes about 7 months to do, and once you've got your pet passport, it's a question of an annual rabies jab, and you can come in and out of the country quite easily.
You see, when I go on holiday, I've said this a lot, whenever I'm going to the airport, I'm always convinced I've forgotten my passport, and about every 20 seconds I check in my pockets to make sure I've got my passport, and it's becoming a real problem. Do you have to do that for you? You kind of worry about having all these right documents for each individual dog?
Yeah. I mean, I'm more likely to actually land in Dover without my own passport than a dog's passport, because it's...
And we're talking about ferries, not planes. You don't sit on a plane next to you, no?
Yeah, we're talking... I usually travel Dover-Calais or Dover-Boulogne. But ferries.
Man, it's another world. It's one of the things, because I don't really know much about showing dogs. I don't really know much about dogs at all. And you find out the intricacies that are involved and the planning that goes on, the training, and the cost of it. And it's just phenomenal. But I suppose if it's what you love, that's what you put everything into.
Exactly. Everybody has to have time out from work, and it's a hobby, and like all hobbies, it's not going to come cheap. And dog showing certainly doesn't come cheap with the travelling, etc. So
what about the competition? Not between the dogs, but between the humans. Do you ever get kind of people trying to sabotage you or scupper your efforts or try and rile your dog?
No, fortunately in this breed, we're a very small, numerically small breed in this country. Everybody more or less knows each other. It's a good camaraderie, that
Yeah.
everybody gets on, and
There must be a little bit of needle motion.
yeah, of course, yeah, a little bit of bitchiness goes on, of course, you know, but it's human nature, isn't it?
Yeah, so you're going to be at the Crufton, which of course is going to be televised. If we're going to be looking out for you, just give us, in a sentence, describe how you think Leah looks. What would you say?
Well, considering that only 7.5 weeks ago she gave birth to a litter of 10 pups, she's looking quite good.
She looks pretty fit, doesn't she, really?
Yeah, I mean, it was touch and go a few weeks ago as to whether I would actually take her. She was entered, but, you know, at the end of the day, you've got to see what they look like. She's looking at her undercarriage. She's tucked up there quite nicely,
It's
you know.
all in place, yeah.
Absolutely. And she's got a nice black glossy coat, and I think the hormones are not as hormonal as they were maybe a few weeks ago. So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to taking it.
Are you quite confident we're going to win again?
We all like to think so, you know, but at the end of the day, it's just the taking part. If I go there and take part, you know, I'll be more than delighted to do that. So,
Yeah.
If I win anything, it's a bonus, of course, but...
Well, Andy, best of luck. Fingers crossed, and let's hope she can bring back the crown for the second year running.
Thank you very much. Thank
Good
you.
to talk to you. Today's West Yorkshire BBC Radio Leeds with Bob Walmsley. It's a song from KT Tunstall now. This is Another Place to Fall.